Hi, and welcome to another episode of Hot Takes with me, the Silver Fox. And it appears that Rishi Sunak is fed up being the leader of the Tory party. That can be the only thing we glean from his firing of Suella Braverman. Now, this is a follow-up video to the one we did earlier, which was the breaking news on her being fired. Because now there is a lot of fallout, and it's not surprising because the whole party has just gone nuclear. There will be letters flying in to the 1922 committee. There's already letters in over his handling of the economy. So now it is likely and highly likely they'll have sufficient to kick off a new leadership campaign. He's brought back David Cameron, which many think is surprising considering Cameron isn't even an MP. He's been ennobled, turned into a lord to sit as Foreign Secretary. Now this has happened before. Most notably Lord Carrington back in 82 at the time of the Falklands. He was a Foreign Secretary and a Lord. And that's fine, but like I say, it's not unprecedented, but it is at least historical. So what is going on in the mind of Rishi Sunak? Why would he do this? Why would he risk splitting the party over such an event? It's very weird, but it is absolutely delicious to watch. So we'll do the follow-up here to see what's going to happen with all the allies. Are they going to push this to the limit and have a new leadership campaign? And if they did, Rishi Sunak is out, because the members loathe him. It was only the MPs that voted him in against the wishes of the vast majority of Tory party members. Here goes. So now furious Suella Braverman allies weigh taking the nuclear option against Rishi Sunak. And it's the only thing that's going to happen, isn't it? It's the only direction they're going to take. Because she is very popular with the right of the party and actually very popular in the country. And so they know that they could carry it. And it could be the only thing that saves them. I don't think they're going to save themselves from an election defeat, but get rid of Rishi, get rid of Hunt, get Suella back in, have a new leader, bring her back in, and they could stop the rot. And I don't think it'd be enough to win the election, but it might be enough to stop the Labour Party having such a massive majority that they can go ahead and do some crazy stuff. Anyway, allies of former Home Secretary Suella Braverman are set to meet this afternoon to discuss how to respond to her dramatic sacking. And the Express.co.uk has learnt that members of the influential right-wing Common Sense group and the New Conservatives will come together to discuss their reaction to the Prime Minister's reshuffle. And of course, who's the sort of titular head, if you like, of the Common Sense group? It's Jacob Rees-Mogg, a man who is, you may not have known, slightly right of centre, but ever so posh. Anyway, the meeting is not a formal meeting of the two groups, and sources have said it is different from the normal Monday meeting of the New Conservatives. It's basically, look, this has gone completely crazy, let's just go and have a chat. There's nothing formal about it. Anyway, currently, opinion is divided on how to proceed, but a senior member of the group told the Express that the only option is the nuclear option. And that means straight in, change of leadership, 1922 committee, get the ballots in, and let's get rid of Rishi. And I think, actually, regardless of what political party you are, anywhere in the country, you can get behind that and agree. It's ready to get rid of Rishi time, because he is an absolute appallingly bad Prime Minister. The MP said some colleagues will be understandably nervous about having yet another leadership contest, but it's clear now that the choice is to change leader and the Prime Minister or face electoral annihilation. The MP said that the initial part of the major reshuffle had created feelings of complete despair. And of course it is. You're getting rid of someone who across the country is actually highly regarded because of her views on border control and on British culture. She sort of shot herself in the foot with the homelessness thing, but, you know, we're allowed one per album, eh? Who knows? But everybody loathes Rishi. Everyone who's not a Conservative just loathes Rishi. Most Conservative members loathe Rishi. And so what are you left with? There's a bunch of about sort of 300 wankers in Parliament who represent the Tory party who are kind of pro-Rishi. But let's be honest, their view is very unimportant. Anyway, look, there he is. Pig fucker. God, he's looking old now. He's looking like Ted Heath would have looked as a younger man, isn't it? He's turning into Ted Heath. We all know what Ted Heath was. Anyway, other MPs in the group have already pointed out that Sunak has appointed a new Home Secretary, James Cleverly, who is opposed to leaving the ECHR, which most people in Britain want to leave. And that will allow that also means if you leave it, you can control your borders. Again, most people want Britain to control their borders. By being in the ECHR, we can't control our own borders. That has got to be wrong. We are a sovereign state. We need to control our borders. They are also angry over the appointment of David Cameron as Foreign Secretary. The pigs are worried too. One MP noted, "That's the man who fought tooth and nail to stop us leaving the EU in the referendum, and now he is Foreign Secretary." He said, "The mood music is clear and the direction of the government is one which will only lead us, I think they need, to electoral defeat. Having him anywhere near power is now toxic. He was a man of his time. The time was 2005. It is no longer his journey anymore. He's done. He's a busted flush. And they had to make him a lord to get him into the cabinet because nobody would vote for him anymore." The number of MPs needed to trigger a leadership vote is currently 53, 15% of the number of MPs in the Commons. The Common Sense Group and the New Conservatives are understood to have up to 60 between them. And if they all agree to send letters to the 1922 committee, said Graham Brady, there will be people outside of that group who will definitely send letters regardless. And there's already letters in. If they fail to muster the number, they still represent a big enough group to hold the government hostage, according to one source. Allies of Mr Sunak believed that only 12 MPs would back Mr Braverman if she was sacked. Miss Braverman, I said Mr there, apologise. Miss Braverman if she was sacked. That's because Sunak doesn't have a clue what's going on in his own party. People loathe him, and the longer he stays there, the more people will loathe him. And as of what he's done today, that number is growing. They see him as toxic, as an electoral liability, and they know they need him gone, and they need him gone quickly. And this gives them the ideal excuse to get rid of Mowgli, let him take his untaxed billions and piss off to America. We'll have another election in his seat, we'll probably lose it, it doesn't matter. And then the Tories will get on, pick a new leader, hopefully Jacob Rees-Mogg. I do like Moggy. He's a Tory and all, but for the sort of let's say the year that he's going to have in power, 11 months, say he'll have in power, it'll be fun. No other reason. Let's just have the world's poshest man as Prime Minister, just for a bit of fun. I think it'd be excellent. Anyway, one MP said Sunak has committed political, and you can't say that word on YouTube, self-ending. And the furious WhatsApp discussion also saw calls for the Prime Minister not to stand down, but to be removed. Another senior Tory said, "Time for letters to go in. Let's see what mess is made of the reshuffle too." A third Tory said, "I'm furious. He, Sunak, is no politician. He doesn't understand that the Tory faithful are pretty much only faithful because of Suella." Miss Braverman was the only recognised member of the right of the party in the cabinet before her departure. And allies have also pointed out she was instrumental in getting Sunak into Downing Street by backing him over Boris Johnson after Liz Truss was ousted. And it just goes to show everything that Nadine Dorries said in her book is true about all the infighting, about how it's not a united party, how everyone loathes Rishi Sunak, and how she is going to be the kingmaker. She's not prime ministerial material, I'll give you that, but she's a damn good Home Secretary. And she is someone who deserves a senior position, but I don't think she's Prime Minister material. Certainly not Cameron. Little tangent. Suella. Does it ring a bell? Suella Braverman was named after Suella Ewing from Dallas. And by Dallas I mean the 1980s TV show, not the little village near Nairn, I think it is. Up that way. Forres. Up there somewhere. I remember going through it because of the name. I can't remember. Yeah, it is up near Moray. That's right, up the Moray Firth. But yeah, that's why she was named Suella, after Suellen. So there we go. All that pouting. JR. Anyway, there we go. I think the Tories will have a new leader by the end of the week. I think everyone is just now looking for the excuse to get rid of Rishi. He's provided the excuse. He's gone. I mean, he doesn't care. He's got all that £1 billion that he's never paid a penny in tax on, and he can piss off to America with his green card and become an American citizen. And you know what? Nothing of value will have been lost. Thank you very much. I'm going to come up and we will round this video off. The really sad thing is you've just made a pig fucker a lord, and whoever takes over is going to throw him out and he won't be foreign secretary. He'll be at work for a week. He won't even have a week. It's not really worth him turning up, is it? Let's face it, he could turn up tomorrow and go, oh yes, I'm the new foreign secretary. Tell me all about the stuff that's going on in the world. And by next Monday, there'll be a new foreign secretary because he'll have gone. Well, it won't be. It takes about a month to find a new leader. But in the interim, he's going to do nothing, is it? He's going to be, I'll turn up, I'll do nothing. Get my £500 a day, whatever. And then, yeah, sod off. Spot a lunch, paid for, you know, very nice. What a load of old tosh it really is. Rishi Sunak is an absolute failure, isn't he? He's got little man syndrome. He's only about 4'3", something like that. You know, he never really, his career never really peaked. He did the Jungle Book, and, you know, Danced with a Bear. That was it. Never saw him again, and then all of a sudden pops up, Prime Minister. Marvellous, isn't it? Anyway, I shall finish there. Thank you very much for watching. I hope this has been enjoyable. It's certainly been entertaining for me. I hope it's been entertaining for you. Until next time, stay safe, stay well, and I shall speak to you later. I can't stop laughing now. Bye.